The famous Greek philosopher's manual or guide to life begins with a fundamental distinction between elements within our control and those beyond it. Within our sphere of influence lie opinions, preferences, desires, and aversions, essentially everything inherent to our actions. Conversely, matters such as the body, wealth, reputation, and authorities reside beyond our control. To lead a fulfilling life free from excessive distress, it is imperative to recognize this dichotomy. Our responsibility is to allocate our energy towards what we can command, while disregarding what lies beyond our reach. Among the greatest challenges one faces are the opinions and judgments of others, which inevitably impact us. To shield oneself from their influence, it is crucial to acknowledge that these external assessments, insults, or personal attacks are not within our control. The Manual of Life offers guidance on navigating such situations, empowering individuals to respond effectively when subjected to offense. The aim of this video is to distill the wisdom found in the renowned Manual of Life, with the goal of attaining a mental state capable of reducing or eradicating suffering stemming from the judgments of others. Through 8 teachings or principles derived from Epictetus's Manual of Life, you will discover the rationale behind disregarding external opinions and learn techniques to shield yourself from their harm. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to ensure you don't miss out on the valuable content we're preparing for you. Be sure to watch until the end to glean all the useful insights. Now let's dive in. Firstly, Epictetus advises us regarding insults or offenses. He reminds us that the one who insults or strikes is not the one who is truly insulted. Rather, it is our own judgment that interprets these actions as offensive. Therefore, when someone provokes you, it's crucial to recognize that it's your own perception causing distress. By avoiding being swayed by appearances and allowing yourself time to calm down, you'll find it easier to maintain self-control. This is a key aspect in not being affected by the understanding. The opinions of others involves recognizing that insults or offenses are not inherently harmful. The emotional discomfort stemming from these insults actually originates from our interpretation and processing of them. When someone diminishes or disrespects you, it's important to realize that the insult will only affect you if you permit it to. Reacting negatively to such situations obscures the true measure of a person, which lies in their ability to withstand negativity. Unfortunately, life presents such challenges. When feeling insulted or offended, it's crucial to ask yourself whether you want to succumb to what you cannot control or maintain your composure. Drawing a parallel with Stoicism and pleasures, if we aim to minimize their influence, we shouldn't directly oppose desires, as they won't vanish entirely. Instead, the focus should be on how we handle those desires, whether we fully yield to them or disregard them. By refusing to be disturbed by insults, the subsequent sense of satisfaction will elevate you, rendering you superior and resilient in the face of adversity. Perhaps you recall a time when a negative comment derailed your day or caused frustration. Despite your efforts this week, I want to assure you that I understand your feelings, as many have found themselves in similar situations at some point. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to continue watching, as the upcoming principles will focus on self-control. Number 2, maintain firm purposes. This principle underscores the importance of holding steadfast to your goals, particularly when it comes to disregarding the opinions of others. If your aim is to pursue philosophy, be prepared for potential ridicule and mockery from others. Resist adopting an arrogant demeanor and remain resolute in activities that contribute to your well-being. By staying firm in your convictions, those who once ridiculed you may eventually come to admire you. Conversely, if you allow yourself to be swayed by others, you risk facing ridicule twice over. Even if pursuing philosophy isn't your goal, this principle articulated by the Greek philosopher can be applied to various aspects of life. It serves as a reminder not to forsake your true talents in favor of pleasing dissenting voices. Epictetus emphasizes that yielding to the fear of others' opinions doesn't constitute failure due to lack of effort, but rather succumbing to external pressures. It's crucial to persevere, even in the face of mockery or doubt, as progressing in alignment with your nature is paramount. When making decisions, consider your priorities and the underlying motivations guiding your choices. Number 3. Don't fret over criticism. If someone speaks ill of you or causes harm, remember that they likely believe their actions are justified. However, it's essential not to assume that everyone shares their perspective. Always adhere to the principles you believe are right, even if they differ from those of others. It's essential to recognize that everyone possesses their own perspectives and values, over which we have no control. Therefore, when individuals judge you based on false or unjust perceptions, they ultimately hinder themselves by missing the opportunity to truly understand you. In such situations, it's important to remain patient in the face of others' judgments and avoid placing excessive significance on their opinions of you. What truly matters is your understanding of yourself and your commitment to your own values. Consider a scenario where you, as an emerging artist, create a painting that perfectly reflects your vision. Despite your pride in your work, you receive negative comments critiquing your choice of colors and techniques. In this instance, it's crucial to remember that others are entitled to their opinions, even if they don't align with your artistic style. Instead of allowing these negative opinions to affect you, maintain patience and remind yourself that your artwork still embodies your creativity and personal touch as intended. Don't let external criticisms undermine your confidence. Number 4. Cultivate mental resilience. In today's fast-paced world, external circumstances often threaten to disrupt our emotional equilibrium, whether through rude comments or unforeseen challenges. Despite our reluctance to allow strangers into our physical spaces, we often permit external negativity to infiltrate our mental well-being. Epictetus, the ancient Stoic philosopher, advises us to treat our minds with the same vigilance as we do our physical surroundings. The crux of the issue lies in our lack of discipline and self-control. Just as we wouldn't hand over the keys to our homes to anyone, we shouldn't permit insults or setbacks to dictate our mental state. To overcome the barriers or challenges that affect your state of mind, the solution lies in constructing a fortress of self-discipline and mental resilience. Begin by acknowledging that an insult only gains the power to offend you when you perceive it as such. The ability to maintain your inner peace resides within yourself, not in the words or actions of others. When you feel yourself on the brink of anger or disappointment, pause, take a deep breath, and question whether it's worth sacrificing your peace of mind. Often you'll realize that it's not. By practicing this straightforward yet potent form of self-control, you'll not only sidestep unnecessary emotional fluctuations, but also enhance your life with newfound inner tranquility. You'll lead a life less encumbered by external negativity and possess a resilient mind capable of weathering life's challenges. Envision the freedom that accompanies emotional mastery. Are you prepared to fortify your mental abode and restore peace? Continue to follow along as we delve deeper into the transformative influence of Stoic principles. What actions will you take today to safeguard your mental well-being? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we cultivate a community grounded in the wisdom of Stoicism. Number 5. Disregard the notion of living in shame. If not receiving respect is deemed a terrible outcome, then others possess the power to make us miserable. However, this is not the reality. You are only accountable for things within your control and contingent upon your decisions. This principle holds significant importance in our modern era. Have you ever found yourself doing something you didn't truly want, solely to garner approval from others, particularly on social media? The pursuit of social validation on these platforms can be toxic. We must question whether altering our authentic selves for fleeting satisfaction or placing our mental well-being in the hands of others is truly worthwhile. In my view, the answer is unequivocal: no. I encourage you to reflect on this, as we've all experienced moments where we felt ashamed despite having no ill intentions. Why should we concern ourselves with the laughter or fleeting popularity of others? Do you genuinely believe your happiness hinges on their validation? No matter how famous you are, living in this manner will perpetually keep you in a state of conflict because your happiness is not within your control. Consequently, you'll find yourself in a perpetual state of tension, altering your nature to avoid damaging your reputation. A fundamental tenet of Stoic philosophy is to focus solely on what's within your control and to remain indifferent to what lies beyond it. Regarding offense, remember that nobody can harm you unless you permit them to. If someone harms you or speaks ill of you, understand that they do so believing they are justified. While their actions may not align with your perspective, it is reasonable from their viewpoint. When faced with an unexpected rainy day, you have two options: to react with anger or to acknowledge that the weather is beyond your control and choose not to let it affect your mood. The natural world remains unchanged by your emotions. The only aspect you can control is your response. Practice patience and recognize that not everything is within your control, fostering a happier and more peaceful existence. If someone judges you based on a misconception, it's their error. Therefore, exercise tolerance toward those who speak ill of you, reminding yourself repeatedly that their perception is their own. Number 6. Act according to your best judgment. We should not feel ashamed when others witness us acting in accordance with our principles, even if they misinterpret our actions. This is an integral part of self-expression and self-realization, requiring courage to defend our values and principles. If we act in a manner we deem right, there's no need to fear others' misconceptions. Confidence in accepting oneself and one's decisions is essential. It's not always feasible to garner unanimous approval from everyone, and that's perfectly normal. This also applies to social media platforms where our happiness often hinges on popularity or validation from others. Engaging in social media can easily lead to excessive concern over others' opinions and reactions. Sometimes we find ourselves overly reliant on the opinions and judgments of others, which can lead us to prioritize pleasing them over pursuing our own paths. Consider this scenario. You're a scientific researcher engaged in a complex project with the potential to revolutionize our understanding of a crucial issue. Upon sharing your research findings with the scientific community, you encounter both supporters who acknowledge your work and critics who challenge your methods. In such instances, it's important not to alter your research methods under the pressure of others' opinions. Instead, remain steadfast in your approach and continue to develop your work according to your convictions. This commitment safeguards your independence and fosters creative thinking, disregarding misguided judgments from others. However, this perspective of prioritizing independence may sometimes result in losing sight of ourselves. It's crucial to remember that self-acceptance and our ability to make decisions hold greater significance than others' judgments. Upholding confidence in ourselves and our values propels us further along life's journey. Number 7. Exercise discernment. Epictetus once advised treating our minds with the same respect as our bodies. Just as you wouldn't invite a stranger into your home daily due to the potential threat it poses, allowing an insult to transform into an offense permits that person entry into your soul, where they linger for days. Imagine having a close friend with whom you entrust personal secrets. Discovering that this friend has betrayed your trust by divulging confidential information can evoke intense feelings of anger and hurt, leaving you feeling violated and distrustful. In this scenario, it's akin to granting that friend access to your soul, resulting in significant harm. However, upon reflection, you realize that it was your own allowance that led to this intrusion. Recognize that your friend's evaluation of you may have been flawed, and their negative reaction should not overshadow your inner peace. Rather than allowing this incident to cast a lingering negative impact on your soul, you choose to seek understanding and forgiveness for your friend. By doing so, you uphold your self-confidence and trust in the friendship while preventing the incident from controlling your emotional state. This demonstrates your discipline and mastery over your emotions, fostering a positive mood and enhancing your overall comfort in life. To attain a state where you can overlook negative emotions stemming from incidents like these, discipline and self-control must be cultivated and applied across various life situations, including within family dynamics. Managing anger in such scenarios can alleviate unnecessary suffering and contribute to greater self-assurance, leading to significant positive changes in your life. Number 8. No one can truly harm you. This principle prompts us to examine the motives behind insults. It reminds us that expecting everyone to conform to our own worldview is unrealistic and potentially harmful. Instead, consider whether it's plausible to assume that everyone shares your perspective. In the event of an insult from a stranger, reflect on whether your actions were unjust. If not, assess whether you can comprehend the motive behind the insult. However, realize that you are the only one who truly comprehends your thoughts, intentions, and actions. Therefore, when faced with an insult from a stranger, question whether your actions were morally wrong. If not, acknowledge that understanding the motive behind the insult is beyond your capability. For instance, suppose you're engaged in a heated discussion with friends about a sensitive topic, and one of them vehemently criticizes your viewpoint. In accordance with Stoic philosophy, it's essential to maintain calmness and introspect on whether the criticism is justified or merely a difference in perspective. To effectively handle this situation, consider the following steps. Firstly, scrutinize your opinion, reevaluate it, and assess whether it is supported by evidence and logical reasoning. If you are confident that your opinion is well-founded and rational, defend it confidently. Secondly, refrain from reacting strongly. Instead of succumbing to anger or strong reactions to criticism, maintain composure and draw upon the resilience advocated by Stoic philosophy. Thirdly, seek to understand the perspective of others. Recognize that they may have their own reasons for their views, which may differ from yours. Respect diverse viewpoints and avoid unnecessary arguments. Fourthly, know yourself. Remember that you are the only one who truly comprehends the rationale behind your opinion. Trust in your thoughtful considerations and reasons, and avoid feeling insecure or lacking in confidence when faced with criticism. Fifthly, embrace opportunities for learning and growth. Rather than taking offense, view criticism as a chance to gain insights and improve your opinions in the future. With the guidance of Stoic philosophy, navigate through criticism calmly and resolutely, focusing on personal development and maintaining inner peace. Therefore, if you have acted correctly and encounter a lack of understanding regarding the motives behind an insult, take solace in the fact that you possess the deepest understanding of yourself. You need not carry the burden of regret, as Epictetus remarked, that insults reflect the perspective of the insulter. In conclusion, I'd like to leave you with this lesson from Epictetus. Are you willing to commit to the pursuit of higher progress and adhere to the philosophical principles you have learned? You are no longer a child, but an adult, capable of improvement. If you continue to neglect opportunities, procrastinate, and remain passive, life will pass you by, leaving you in ignorance until the end. I welcome your thoughts on this video in the comments. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to join us on the path of knowledge. See you in the next videos.